Recording. Welcome to everybody. This is a very important part of our robotics versus bully training course. And today we prepare for you a very beautiful surprise, and Pirvo is in the front as a soldier. And also our Cecilia, they will show you very interesting what we call platform strategies, games that could be used as a starting point. You can use them, you will be able to use them, to download it, and to experiment it, to print, and to experiment with your children at school or your kids at home. But it's just a starting point, I have to tell you. So I give the word to Elena. Is you that leading today, or who?
Well, we can start.
Like to give to Pirvo directly the voice, you know. I'm joking. Now, which is in the program, in the panel first? Who is first?
Who wants to start? We can start and then work with Pirvo. So
okay, we will have 3 activities.
One, yeah, we have 3 different
Pirvo,
activities.
One by Cecilia, and Cecilia, she's a Pirvo is working for Synaptica in Romania. And Cecilia De Paula, she's an Italian counselor, graphic, creative woman. She's here. And she's collaborating with our network. And Pirvo and Cecilia, they've been working out 2 very interesting things to show you and to explain to you. And then we'll have Elena to explain an old game and platform prepared by children, all of them concerning how to prevent bullying, how to make kids aware of the process of bullying. Because if we start to implement some activities when they are very young, in primary school, for example, and we can harmonize some natural attitude of asking for attention, prevarication, of which they are not fully aware. And then we can apply those activities. I have to tell you something before we start that I've foreseen, but I will give you confirmation on 12th of May, another meeting online, one more, about how to prevent bullying in school. This meeting will be held by UBU, means Burgos University. On the date, we are still trying to find a solution. And I will also explain to you how we want to implement the network and what we want to do with all the participants of the network. And we will explore the website and what I've prepared for you on the website. For the moment, now I give the word to our great Pirvo the Great. And Pirvo, I give you permission to, please, wait a moment, I'm making, okay. So whenever you want, you can start. Thank you for your participation, and I hope you will enjoy what they've prepared for you, which is, for my point of view, is interesting.
Okay, I will start with a short PowerPoint presentation just to have, let's say, the basics of the game, about how it works. Okay, this is the presentation of the game. Supposing that you receive the kit, a kit with the robot and all the things you need to play the game. The game is called Roby the Mighty Robot. It's a set of scenarios. Okay. The means of this game is to prevent bullying for young children, 6 to 12, to reduce the violent behavior with this kind of children in school environment. I have to underline this one. And through this game, children will learn to cooperate and to cope with difficult situations. And moreover, teacher or the adult supervisor will not intervene in the game itself. You'll see what it's about. and the teacher and adult will not give hints. It's a sort of different paradigm in this kind of let's say education by playing, because the description of the game and the guidance are provided at the beginning. Then the teacher just take a look on. Okay, which is the next one? How it works? You can work with a group of 4 to 6 children, depending of the how many robots you can have in a classroom, or you can have almost the entire classroom in smaller groups, and each group acting as one. So the group decision, the decision making process, will be stronger on the group decision, on having decision together, because this is a teamwork. And the purpose of the game, it's not winning. At the end, nobody receives prizes, because the game is not for about good or bad. It's a quest on finding the best way to help somebody. What do you need? An educational robot. You will see on the short demonstration I made. For that robot, you'll see you can guide the robot using an Android mobile phone. For other types of robots, you can have buttons, switches on the robot. You press those switches, those buttons, and you can program the robot to follow specific movements: forward, backward, left, right, turn, and so on and so forth. But for this specific robot, you will have at your disposal an Android mobile application, and enough room on the floor to put the sheets, the mats of paper, and 25 pieces of paper, A4 size, different colors, printed on both sides, emotions, action, behaviors, you'll see about. The first one is start, the white. Be strong, sentences, short sentences on the front. I will not read everything. You will see later on when you want to review what is said here. Start, be strong, explain, discuss with friends. All of those are feelings, emotions, behaviors, actions when somebody can have in a bullying situation. It's nothing theoretical here. It's only from practice, actual practice. Things even us can feel when we are bullied. Harmful, understand, play, angry, basics, basic emotion, as a matter of fact, and basic actions, basic behaviors. The game itself, it is in the same time teamwork game and role play game, because during the game all the participants can assume a specific role, either the victim, either the bully, or the bystanders, because the bullying situation, it's a very dynamic one. Very often it's happened that bystanders to turn in a supporter of a bully and become the bully, and the victim after a while can become a bullier against somebody else. And for this reason, on this playground, as you can see here, the player, the individual player formed by a group of players, of individual, of children, will have to decide which is the not best, not worst, but the proper way from start to outside the matrix. Can be played in many ways. it's not a precise recipe for the very beginning, because it's depending of age of the pupils. It's something different on 6 years or 8 years old or 12 years old. The bullying situation, cyberbullying, physical bullying, verbal bullying, economical bullying, social bullying, and so on and so forth. Reading and understanding abilities of pupils. If they are very, very, very young and with low skills of reading, so teacher will have to help them. For older children of 12 years old or even older, they can manage by themselves. And nevertheless, the general dynamic in the classroom among the entire group, there can be situation where the classroom, the entire group of the children, it's split in two halves, or small other groups, social groups. You know very well how it can happen. And the game is the quest, how to go from start to outside the situation. Here is written a scenario. The demonstration, a short video I made, the demonstration is not about this scenario, it's a different one, because I didn't have children to test. I asked an adult to be my guinea pig, to see how we'll face from the, without any kind of explanation, was my wife. And I put her in front of the application on the mobile phone and with the robot, with any kind of other explanation at the end. But the way of playing is the same here. To identify 5 sheets of paper with 5 sentences, and to guide the robot from one sheet, from one piece of paper to another one. And then, because she was an adult, I didn't follow this idea of write down the order, the path. And the decision with children is to have a decision by the entire group. No individual decision is allowed. This is underlined here, and this is underlined in the entire description of the scenario, because it's very important for the children to discover by themselves how to cope, how to deal the situation together. And at the end, this is very, very important. The game, it's not stopped when the robot is out, but at the end, it's a very good opportunity for the teacher to discuss with children why, on which reason you made your decision to move the robot from one spot to another. Because this is the, let's say, the moment when the learning it's right down in the brain. You see, to make long memory in children brain. And through discussion, through explanation, as you know from the previous meetings, you learn much more when you teach, when you explain. So children are asked to explain. In this way, they will remember why they did something and which are the base of their decision. So, which is your move? Well, let's see, and I will quit this one to show you the small demonstration. Not this one. This one. I have to view. Show picture. So I have to manage here. I don't know if you see here something. You don't see the screen, only the PowerPoint.
The PowerPoint.
We only see the PowerPoint. I think you should have. Okay, okay now.
No, you see the video?
Yes, we see it.
Tell somebody is pulling you. This is, you can hear the sound.
Not really well, huh? No, not very good.
Very low, Pirbo. You have
Very
to
low.
turn on the sound.
Okay.
And if you click on at the top, you will see to share also the sound.
Okay.
View option at the top of your screen.
Yes, just a moment. Let's see. Over the internet. It's telling you you are stupid, you are not good, and so on and so forth.
We hear the voice, but it's very low volume.
Just a moment.
Pirvo, can I suggest, Pirvo?
Please. Yes.
Can I suggest, please, you go back, you stop sharing that screen, and then you go again to the button, share screen, and before the share, you will see an option to share sounds and optimize video.
Okay.
And that will put the sound directly to us.
Share sound, optimize for video. Yes.
And now share, and
yes. Okay.
probably
Great.
it will be solved. Otherwise, there are no other chance. Let's
Yes.
see.
Okay.
Stop sharing.
Okay, somebody is bullying you over the internet. He's telling you
See the video.
you are
See a
stupid,
black hole in the
you
video.
are not good, and so on and so forth. Please choose.
Okay.
Stop
I'll
sharing
go
and share
forward.
again
Yes.
when the video.
Share screen. This one.
Thank you, Jose.
Welcome.
Playground. Okay, somebody is bullying you over the internet. He's telling you you are stupid, you are not good, and so on and so forth. Please choose 4 squares on the floor, guide the robot, and after you choose the 4th one, you will have the robot outside the playground. Why did you choose angry?
Because bullying makes me angry.
Okay, which is your next step? No, you have to choose 1 square alongside the first one. You cannot jump. So where you go from angry?
I wanted to go to discuss with friends.
Well, choose a part.
Yeah.
No, well, I move this one to angry back and choose a path to go to discuss with friends. 1 square to another. You have only 4 squares.
Can I just go to discuss with friends?
No, you have to find a path. You start over?
No. I'm finding the path.
Why?
I understand. I'm trying to understand why this is happening to me.
Okay.
And then I'll discuss with friends.
Okay. And the fourth and last one is?
To explain.
Okay, and now you can get out. Assuming yes, at the end you can manage a little bit the entire adventure with your cyberbullying. Thank you.
Okay, so that was a demo.
Can we discuss it?
Yes,
You want to
that was
express
a
your
demo.
opinion? Anyone want to say something?
Yes, please. I'm just looking forward.
I have mine. Can I start?
Please.
People, you have to remember that in primary school in some countries it's forbidden to use smartphones. And it's not only for a pedagogical issue, but also for the neuropsychopedagogical aspects. And it has been demonstrated, there is a lot of pedagogy about that in order to improve creativity and fantasy, it's better to avoid smartphones. In our country, it's forbidden to use smartphones, especially children, the age children. And when they're getting older, yes, up to 12, after 12 years old. But this is modern studies, of course, and maybe it's different from country to country.
Yes, cyber robots have
well,
tend to be programmed very have a programming issue by on buttons.
Yeah,
on the forward move.
That's important. That is would be nice. For example, if you could prepare a better video later on. And
yes, for sure. This was the first.
Just an example, because in some countries it's not feasible.
Yeah, for sure.
And
need further testing, for sure. Need further testing.
In
different conditions to see.
Yes, another aspect, if I can say something, this child that you invented in some way is already aware what book is. He already knows. I wonder, for those who doesn't know it, if you have foreseen in your game anything,
yes,
make them aware that some attitudes can be considered bullying.
Yes, on the actual paper, on the back of the paper is the explanation of the sentence on the front. So when they decide, they can read what is written on the back and to make a decision on the basis of information, not the blind decision, imagining what is the meaning of play in a bullying situation.
That's interesting. Piero, when will it be ready to upload on the website?
Video not yet, but let's say the entire explanation is already done.
But the game, I mean,
the scenario and so on and so forth, yes, it's already done with full description, full description on written description. But the movie, I have to wait till the school will begin after the Easter holiday, and to work with some friends here in Bucharest to make a demo with children with the full setting.
That's lovely. Send to me and I will upload it on the website. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So
other questions? Other thoughts?
Anyone?
Don't be shy.
Mariam, you have a lot of experience.
I would need to read carefully everything about the activity. I would prefer not to say something today now because I don't know all the information. I have not all the information by now.
For the rest for our colleagues here, even for the half of the partners, they didn't knew, because we work in teams developing different ideas, putting together and this concept need to be refined and to be tested with different type of robots. I had only one type of robot, which is moving in different way than the others.
Absolutely, it's true. The one he was able to find moves different from the other.
But anyway, what do you think to have this kind of robot in your classroom with children?
You need at least 4 or 5 in order to
Yeah.
organize games with 5 children. Because one of the aspects that could be mentioned that the team group must be of 5 members and also to give them some roles.
Yeah.
It's a very important part in order that nobody will act for all the others, and so they have to cooperate. The strategy of making them aware of what bullying is and how to find a way out, a solution.
It's very important to underline here because the decision will be a group decision by vote or by mutual agreement, something. It's very important to avoid, because in this kind of group, you can have even a bully. And you need to avoid further to avoid to create a stronger position for the bully through the game. So for this reason, you have to work in group. It happened in the kindergarten to have groups of children, but then in the school things are changed a little bit. To work in group, it's not very common. Maybe for the primary school up to 4th class, I think. But later on, each children it's on his her own.
I saw here online, hello Iglika.
Hello, Stefano.
I think your perspective can be an added value here as usual. And also feel free to, we are working in progress. Of course, this team was growing up. You will see other examples afterwards. And then maybe.
Iglika was aware about the short movie and the concept. Iglika, I just, if you didn't show, I showed to the group the movie, and we discussed about the opinions and thoughts about that approach. What do you think? I really want to know.
Okay, so let me say something, and all of us should add value to the game, because it is not a simple one. And I think the concept should be deeper that Pirvo sent to us, because he make a very good construction about the game, how it's going to be played, and very clear explanation. So we can use this, Stefano, and all our partners and listeners also. We can use this template as a basic one. And of course, we need more ideas and deeper ideas how to make this template to work as a pedagogical tool, because the strategies are not going simple to the basic game. It should be developed. It could be developed. Actually, after this kind of basic game, it's not possible to measure the differences between previous behavior and behavior after. So it is not so clear. It is not clear enough, let's say. It's my opinion. But I think I see the potential of the game. I think it's a good start to think more and deeper. And also it could be developed level by level, Stefano. And it could be put, let's say, the ideas of the cards that could be changed. It's a good possibility for teachers to adapt their content.
Well, I don't know why you always talk to me.
Oh no, I'm just sharing with you because I don't know, I like you maybe.
Well, thank you. I like you too. Anyway,
as a matter of fact,
I don't know how in English say to so many people something that it's only my opinion, you know.
As a matter of fact, for our colleagues teachers, all the modules we pass through this training course are culminating in this game, or the further developed game. All the theory about behavior, about acting, interactions, mental, physical changes in the minds and souls of children in bullying situations, all of them are converging in this kind of game. So it is very, very important for a teacher to remind the psychopedagogy they had passed through the academic studies.
Sorry, Pirvo, I was muting you by mistake. I wanted to stop the other. Turn on your microphone. Okay.
Yeah. So in Romania, at least, I don't know how it looks the curriculum in other countries, but from the, I think for the second degree in the primary school, they are study civic education or something like this. But very often it's only theory, words of mouth, and some written on the menu. This kind of approach can turn everything into practice. You can test everything.
Pirvo, this is the strategy we're setting up. We don't have a Harry Potter magic stick, indeed.
Exactly.
We are working out some ideas, some proposals to others. I don't know why this Lucio is turning on the microphone all the time. I have no, could you? I cannot stop. Okay. I put in waiting this person because I cannot allow the microphone. Okay, this is very important because all the activities that you will see, you will try, can be improved. This is a just starting point. We would be happy to receive not only your opinion, but also your working out, your variations, your ideas, and so on, in order to make it available for all the team we are training. And I want to thank you, Pirvo, Iglika, and all the team. It was a few months' work, not easy during lockdown and without schools. Of course, it will be tested and we will collect all the comments. And Iglika, don't worry, we will have time to see, because the awareness and bullying prevention is a process. It's not a single action, just made of little steps that children, they realize what their behavior can be or how to be. We have very good lessons with Elena about the victim and no victim, and bullier, no bullier. And we will furthermore explore the topic going on with this project. Anyone has any comment from this wonderful big group, 72 participants? None of you.
They're still sleeping.
Marina, Marina, say something, please, from North Macedonia. Marina.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Hi to everyone.
Hi, nice to see you. Eva.
Hi, Marina.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad. First, I would like to thank Pirvo for this wonderful presentation. I was listening and carefully for this activity, and I like it a lot. As Ilika said, I think that this game has a big potential and can be developed further. So maybe it will be a little difficult because we are not in the classroom with our children, but still yes, that is maybe the biggest obstacle. But I think that we can try it with smaller children in our school. For example, I was thinking over while I was listening to you all the time, and I have some interesting ideas that I hope we'll share with you soon.
Great.
Maybe Okay, maybe connecting this game with other subjects and implementing integrated classes, because that is the top of our educational reforms now at the moment. But very interesting, and with a big potential, I think.
Thank you, Marina.
Thank you.
In the meantime, we
Thank
saw
you.
a guitar moving from side to side.
By the way, Sonia, what do you think about?
No, I want to listen, Eva. Eva, you wanted to speak before. Eva wanted to.
Hi, hello everyone.
Hi.
I was thinking about what Pirbo said before about the possibility of some children who is actually bullying other classmates. So I think I was thinking about the importance of the creation of the groups, the importance of knowing who is inside a group. Because as you said, if maybe if a group of children are or feel stronger than the others, maybe the activity is not going to work. So when I was thinking about this, the importance of the groups, of how we create these groups. But thank you very much for your activity.
Thank you, Eva. I want to tell you meanwhile that on the chat, I added the link to register your presence, to put an X aside your name. Sonia, you want to say anything? Maybe you wanted to turn on your microphone.
Hello, hello, Stefano.
Hello. So, what was your impression of this presentation and this crazy Romanian Bulgarian game?
I like it. I like the colors in nativity. It's important. It's for the children is more attractive, and I like this choice. And about the emotions, I think it's important to use the emotions in this activity with the robots about the bullying.
It's great. Thank you very much, Sonia.
Cristina, got you. What do you think about?
Stefano, can I say to teachers something? Is it possible?
Yes, sure, please.
Pirvo, thank you.
Yes, please.
Dear colleagues, I would like to say that imagine the squares of the game are not with the same names as Pirvo present in the card. Because you can choose every card, so we can put the different one on. It could be linked to the emotions, let's say, all of card, colored black one or orange one or yellow one could be linked to the emotions, let's say. But another kind of color could be added, let's say, the content which is close to the subject, maybe math or something like this. And also you can add another different colors, so you can change the cards close to the cognitivity about learning. And after that, to try to give the opportunity, authority to children decide what movement of robot will be the effective one. So if they are going deeper to the emotions, let's say to blue one, so the situation could have this way of going further. If they choose something which is going to how to, so it's a behavior one, the situation could be going another way. And it depends of your decision, and it depends also of your algorithm you put as a pedagogical one strategy under the robotic playground. For one step, it could be prepared template. But from another step, it could be just on the color one, and every color you can link to content you would like to. And this is the opportunity of the game. And this is also depends of if the teacher has skills to create the strategy and link the content with the behavior and also with the social and pro-social behavior. It's also important. And I think that we will say yes to the template, but also it is important to have our own ideas on the project purposes. Because the aim is strategy, group strategy, how to develop a good relationships, communication skills, and so on, which is strongly recommended for every classroom.
Yeah, that's precisely right, Iglika. During the testing period of the game, with your help, you'll see that even this sketch of the game, this draft of the game, all those sheets can be moved and can be arranged.
Rearranged, let's say. Rearranged
By
the
in mathematics 25. Yes, by the teacher. Every time the scenario and the places of the cards will be totally different. And every time can be trained in a different way. With your help, with your suggestions, maybe we can develop 3 templates or 4 templates, one for emotions, one for behaviors, one for actions, and so on and so forth. So the game itself, the concept itself, it's not predefined shape.
Perfect, Pirro. We understood this issue, and thank you very much. I want to give the word to now to Cecilia De Paola. And of course, she's a graphic. She's also a pedagogist, and she had a contribution of other teachers with a lot of experience in Italy about robotics versus bullying. And she's worried about English, so in case she will not be completely translating, I will support her. And Cecilia, I want to see you. Can you speak, Cecilia? Can you turn on your microphone, please, for a moment?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Now let's see. Go on. Make it. Welcome.
I prefer in English. Good evening. This evening I present the game Find Your Way. This game was initially ideated by Mr. Salardi, an elementary school teacher. Personally, I have been involved in the development, organization, and preparation of manual and graphic. The target group is children of age 3 to 9 and possibly older with some ticking. My goal for today is to present you the project and to try the game together. Okay. Today, we are with me. There are 2 helpers, 2 robots. They represent different protagonists, depend on the story played. Generally, one is the aggressor, we can see, and one is the target, and if you can, it's the robot, and the robots do not come naked. In the kit, there are clauses to make them more personal, and we can put it. Okay. And Okay. The first novelty of the game lies in calling the robots aggressor and target, rather than bully and victim. In this way, children can learn how to recognize the first situation of discomfort without labeling. What's needed? Two groups of 3, 4, sorry, PowerPoint, correct automation. 3 or 4 children each, 2 robots, Super Doc by Clementoni, and the kit game, Find Your Way. Sorry. The game was designed for Super Doc by Clementoni, but can also be applied for Sapientino Doc or Mind Designer. To get a better grip of the game, I would like to imagine how children could perceive it. Please, image with me. You are 6 years old and you are at school, sitting at your desk, listening to the teacher, but secretly wait for a break. The bell for the break finally rings. Julia and Sarah ask the teacher if they can go for a walk in the corridor. Camilla runs to them and tells Sarah, "You are my friend, come play." Then, talking about Julia, she says, "No, she is not joining." Camilla and Sarah leave to go play. And Julia? In this situation, we may wonder, and Julia? Maybe from experience, we may think that Julia now is alone, and she may not understand why she cannot also play with other friends. And she may wonder that is wrong. As adults, we can imagine these possibilities, but children are still developing the instrument to think, comprehend emotion, and act. In this story, Camilla is the aggressor robot. Her emotion is jealousy. We can see. All emotions are on the board as yellow boxes, but they also come in the kit as a standalone yellow card. More about later, this later. The emotion here represented are shame, jealousy, rage, fear, envy. Personally, I find even the angry face is funny. Julia is the target robot, and in the story, she reacts with isolation. All action-reaction are on the board as red boxes, but they also come in the kit as a standalone red card. Do not label neither Camilla nor Julia with a given emotion or action-reaction. We decide to use robot for representation. We check out the situation in an ironic and light-hearted way. From now, the creative part of the game starts for the children. Okay. Here is complete board. The children place the target robot Julia on the isolation box and the aggressor's robot Camilla on the jealousy box. The goal of the game is to program the robots to make them move through the board till they reach the ways out placed at the corner of the board. The way out boxes are in green, and each represent a resource: family, no adults, friends, and inner resource. On the board, there are also other green cards. There are 2 for each type found at the corners. For example, family, top left corner, is together with parents and siblings. These have all the same green color tone. Once children have choose a resource, they need to cross a resource of that type to reach the way out. Each group can choose the resource they prefer to ask for help. Lastly, the box of Sapri power. Here children can reflect and choose which way to go. It has to be the first on which they go, and allows them to choose a box to skip. In the kit, there are 6 stories. And the game, there are examples, and the teacher can feel free to create new story, more relevant to their classes or that have actually happened. These are the basic of the game, but children and teacher can adapt it to their wishes, for example, by using the standalone yellow and red cards. With this game, children are offered a platform where they can discuss that tricky situation. Children can learn to identify situation, name emotion, and ask for help. Furthermore, it allows them to recognize they have many resources around them whom
Cecilia,
have to.
sorry, Cecilia. If
Te
you
lo
need
dico in
any help,
italiano.
please say in Italian
Ho
because it was...
finito.
No, okay, but this is not the time and the place to play.
Okay.
But I want to say that all the instruction in a proper way, you will find it online as soon as it will be uploaded and translated in other languages. And Cecilia, she's a graphic. She's a magic graphic. She invented those pictures. They are very attractive. And the game has so many variations concerning the cards, and not only the cards, you have some sticks, and we call it palette. Can you show them? Cecilia,
Sì.
le palette le puoi mostrare?
Certo, aspetta che
Ok.
interrompo.
No, potevi lasciarla, grazie.
Ah.
Can you leave it?
This is
Okay.
palette, and we can put the palette.
No, it's...
Queste?
Okay, yes, the signs, you see, and they can carry the emotion. As you see, this is a super doc robot by Clementoni, and he has 2 hands. So it's very interesting. Can you come back to the, please, the board? Thank you. I hope you can hear me well now. There was an echo before, probably. Okay, we decided to together to find out different kinds of emotions, and this is just a starting point. because we were thinking also 2 different platforms, one for positive, one for negative, and so on. So feel free to explore it in all the possibilities. Not today, and because this is not a proper place to try it, but as soon as will be available, we will send you an email and you can download it and print it in. Can you leave the platform a moment, please?
Sorry, I don't know why. Okay.
No, the one.
Sorry.
Thank you. Okay, and why we decide to put together, there are all the emotions, the bullier and the victim at the same time, and all the possibilities there. And we call them way out, a possible way out. Way out has a lot of meanings, as you know, and but there is also meaning breaking, finding refuges, finding some solutions, family, adults, friends, inner strength. I mean, be brave, or playmates, and so on. So you see by the colors, which can be for victim, which can be for bullier, in order that the kids playing can work it out and realize in which position and which emotion they have. This is a really wonderful work, Cecilia. It's but she's an expert, and this is a proper because it represents something that doesn't exist. And also Sarah Slardi, the teacher, she has a lot of experience in preventing bullying, and not only producing activities, but activities to prevent bullying. And because she collaborated with the network for many years in this topic. So if you have any, now you can close it. If you have any, okay, if you have any comments, anything to say, feel free. This is, of course, it's an interesting game they've been working out. And you will see all the instruction properly, so you can also work them out.
Thank you very much, Cecilia. It's very interesting. I'm eager to read more about it. Thank you very much.
Eva, okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to say anything? Even if you want more explanation, more details.
I would like to add and to underline that in this sport, there are 2 robots playing at the same time. So the children really have to cooperate and to work together, sharing the space, the playing space. So it's not only a matter of finding a common solution between them, between the small group that represents the aggressor or the target, but also sharing the space as bullying and as with the 2 robots.
I think the game actually it's a very good model for how we can add our starting points. It's also very nice as a decision of the teacher and also a lot of people which are working on this template, because I think it's it is interesting to put everything in the roles. There is a role of the bully, and there is a role of the victim, but the children are playing the role of observers. So it is really important. I like it very much. Bravo.
Did you see, Cecilia? Bravo by Glica, it's really like a Nobel
Thank
Prize.
you very much.
Okay.
I think it is also very close to the basic one template, because because it's possible to observe by the teacher also. So you can see the strategies the children are prepared by themselves, and it is also important. It's the second bravo, Cecilia.
Well, what I want to say that the images that you see can be used also to improve the other game.
Yes.
And
yes, it's also important.
The idea is important because it gives not only the idea of something, but it's even more beautiful than the platform you can find into the Clementoni box.
Yes.
So Cecilia did something unique. And we already tested in Portugal, luckily, and it was very, very appreciated by some teachers. Part of it, not this one. This is a final result, of course.
I really like the drawings. I really like them. They're very attractive for the children. They are very attractive for me, for the child inside. I really like them.
Okay, anyone else but Pirvu? I want to share an opinion. Boyan, you've been working with robotics so much time.
I think that when the kids get them, they will come up with a lot more than we can.
Yes.
Yes. I think that they will make their own scenarios where everybody ends up as a winner, and those scenarios we will never imagine on our own. So as soon as the schools open, it will be much more scenarios to develop.
I agree with you. This is the last part of this moment. You will see a scenario made by kids, not only one, some activities and so on, that's already prepared by kids previously before this project, by kids and the teacher, Salardi, of course, and other teachers as well. And so you will see a real activity prepared by children. But we want to ask you if you want to say anything more about this one. I see a lot of people that have no camera on. Pity. Okay, so let's move, Elena. It's your turn now.
Yeah.
Let's move.
So,
you should have permission. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's this one. So we also prepared a third board, a third platform for the games. We started with the idea coming from Moscow City University. So we have this wonderful platform invented by them. And then on this idea, we developed 3 games, a platform for 3 games. So wait. I want to open the full presentation.
Si vedeva benissimo, Elena.
Volevo la presentazione pieno schermo.
Si vedeva benissimo pieno schermo. Ok. Thank you, Elena.
Good.
Yes.
So we call it emotions path. As you see, this is a very similar to the, if you know the dock platform. If you have worked with Rock Robot before, you can recognize some similarities to one of the boards that are inside the box of the robot. But we have changed something. We have letters, we have emotions, and we have colors. So starting from this, we have thought to 3 different games, as I said. Sorry, okay. So we have 3 possible scenarios of growing difficulties. The first one is getting to know the emotions, then understanding the emotions and find possible solution to a given situation of bullying, and then the role play. As before, all the activities are made for groups of children. we said many times during this training that we work for the social skills, not only for robotics. So it's really necessary to have them working together. So the first example, it's a starting point. So we can use that activity with the children that never used the robot before, or with the small one or the younger one, sorry, to start to understand the emotion and name the emotions. So putting the robot there from the central box of start, they have to program to reach the color, the emotion, and the letter. So in this case, we have letter and emotion. Sorry, it's a mistake. But so connecting these three elements, it helps them to start to understand how to move the robot using the arrows and finding the ways to move, and at the same time to name the emotions. Then the teacher, it's a starting point to which the teacher can introduce, can ask questions about how do you feel when you are sad, what it means trust for you, how do you feel, what is in your body when you are feeling the anticipation. So it's a good starting point to know how the robot works and how the emotions how to name the emotion and to express the emotions. The second way of using this platform is with a game. So we started to introduce the idea of bowling. This kind of game requires a dice and to work a bit with some cards. So these cards will be prepared by us, but also can be prepared by the teachers and with the pupils in previous lessons. In these cards, we will describe some bullying situation, or we can also use the one indicated by the other, using the other kits, the other platform, and the other suggestion that we had before. So it's for a group of children, let's say 4 children working together with one robot and with this platform. The robot is put in the start, and then you roll the dice. According to the number in the dice, they can move and reach a color. If the number of the dice has not enough moves, for example, it's 1, you cannot reach any color with 1. They have to throw the dice again. So the color represents a situation, and then they read the situation, the bullying situation, and the group decide the emotion connected to this situation. They move the robot through this emotion, and then they discuss together, finding also the proper solution to this situation, and to get over this emotion or leave this emotion. We connect that with the letters. So they have to reach the letters, and the letter is the initial of the possible solution. Patience, so the S for stay calm, the T for talk, S to help to an adult, F for trying to make friends, to find a common ground and play together with the other person. The S is for stop, D for distance, so go away from the situation that is not good for them. Joke, to use humor and laugh together, and ask for help to other friends. These are solutions in English, but for example, we developed this game also in Italian. The letters are different because the letters are connected to the emotions. So we can find, we have other similar solutions, but using different names. So we can translate that in your national language and using different, not solution, but names for that. It can be also free. We can add this change and ask the children just to reach a letter and to invent themselves the possible solution. So we can, as Boyan said just before, we can find, they have more imagination than us, and we can find other scenarios and other possible solutions that we don't even imagine. So as you see, this is a second step, is a step that brings deeper the discussion in the group about the emotion, about the solutions. But it already started with something defined, predefined solution and predefined situation. The third level of using this platform is an actual role playing. So we have 4 children playing with 2 robots in 2 teams. And moving in the platform, representing and playing, role playing 2 characters. So the first, the 2 teams, in the 2 teams we have the one that is the actor, so the one that is representing the character, and the second one who is moving the robot. They reach a letter. Each letter is a name of a character. And then the second child reach an emotion box, and it's the emotion that this character is feeling. So the same happens for the second group. And then they choose randomly a card of one color in which a situation is described. It can be a bullying situation. And then they start to role playing. They start to represent what can happen in this situation. So the children that picked the character invent dialogues. So start to enact the situation. And in the meantime, the other 2 children who moves the robot, they try to understand how the emotions are changing and move the robots in the board, reaching the different boxes with the emotions. The scope is to find a common solution. So the children will also play and role play the solution to this situation. Once it's reached, both the robots, they have to reach the same box with the color that is indicated in the first, in the scenario, in the card that is explaining the scenario. I stop sharing and I'm looking at your faces. If there is any question, please I'm here.
Thank you, Elena. So,
Octavia, what do you think about those 3 different approaches?
As I was listening, I was thinking that I would like to play myself. I would like to play, to get in the role, to get in the game, to see for myself how it's like first, and then to play with my students.
Of course. A lot of teachers, they've been experimenting before, trying, and then playing. But remember that the rules can be as a starting point.
Yeah.
So because of course there are the cultural differences, with different levels of starting point with robotics and so on. So everything can be reshaped and readapted.
It's important to really adapt that to your class and to the needs of your children. We thought about 3 levels, but really you can choose just one of them. You can adapt to your situation, also inventing the possible situation, asking the children to work together. Leave the game to them, leave the board to them, and let them invent something. Use their imagination to create a new game from that. In a certain way, that's something that we also did. Try to figure out, starting from this platform, how a child can use it. how far can go their imagination, and how can we help them to express themselves and to learn something using these robots.
They're very, very interesting because they can explore a lot of perspective, and thanks to our friends of Star Pro Center, more than Moscow University, is a Star Pro Center. Our friends there, Iglika knows them very well. They prepare by themselves this map, and we try to implement it and enhance the level of activities. But Elena, you have another activity to show, which has been already tested and implemented by kids. I suggest before the final moment to introduce this game they've prepared in Verona, and it was very, very beautiful, and it's your turn.
So this project started from some activities that we already implemented in Italy. So we have teachers that have studied robotics versus bowling and prepared some games with their children and tested them in different classes. The game that I choose to present now is called, well, translated is The Balls of Billy the Bully, because in Italy it sounds like I bulloni di Billy il Bullo. So it's a game of words that is very nice for the children. The concept behind, okay, I'm sharing. I choose this because it's a bit different. It's a game a bit different compared to the ones that we are introduced now. So just to give you some different perspective on how we can use the robots to work to prevent bullying. Yes.
Anyway, all these games and other games will be available on the website, and you will find other games in Italian language, but you can find a way to translate them. We will try to provide some of them in English.
Yeah, this one will be available in English. So Billy the Bully, we decided to, well, the activities has been developed by Giulia Martellini, that she is an expert in educational robotics. The idea is that the robot represents a bully. The bully is characterized by these problematic behaviors that are balls. As you see in the picture, these are the balls, the events the things that a bully can do, but they are add-on. They are added. It's something that is not the child himself, but they are just behaviors. And the aim is to help the bully to get rid of these balls by understanding how this happens and what they are and how to find a solution. As we said, you see that the pictures are made by the children themselves during the activity. So the part of they are completely involved in the preparation of the game. So these balls, this problematic behavior, we decided to have, well, Giulia and decided to have them representing daily problems that the children can face. So it's physical appearance or taking belongings of others, not choose someone to play with in your team. So these are examples taken by daily life of children, so what they face and something they can recognize with. But they are somehow externalized, so it's not themselves, but it's the robot doing that. So the children draw cards, 15 per 15 centimeters, so they can stick in the big table and the board, representing this situation, but also the 7 small balls that will be sticked on Doc Robot. So you see the example with the full board with the cards drawn by the children. The teacher decide, or the children decide where to put those cards in the board, and for make the game more difficult, I think you can see there are some other gears drawn here or here. These are places where part of the board that the robot cannot cross. So if your children are used to work with robots, you can put a little of these difficulties. What's the aim? To analyze each problematic behavior. So the nice thing about this game is that it can be played with the whole class. If you prepare, let me come back, a big enough, because this very big, this board is very big, so they can stay together, close to each other when it will be possible again, and decide together and discuss together on how to move the robot. We have 7, in this example, we have 7 different behavior. So there will be room for for almost all the children, to many children in the class, to work and to make the robot move. So as we said, you can decide to play with a single game board or divided them into groups. The children, one child moved the robot and reached one of the events, one of the behavior, one of the cards drawn, and then they start the discussion, defining what happened, what is the situation, try to ask why it happened, what's the reaction. So analyze with the class the bullying situation. If the teacher think it's feasible, they can ask if it happened also in the class or to the children. Sometimes it's better not to push on these personal questions, because if there are ongoing bullying situation in the class, the victim can feel not safe or not good in speaking it aloud in front of the whole class. But it can be a good moment for them to give the opportunity to speak. Another important fact of discussing the bullying situation with all the class is to give messages to the bullier and to the bystanders. So to the bystanders, they want to do something to help. This is a good moment for them to discuss with the others and understand how to face this situation. The important message for the bully is that we find a solution. When the group finds a solution for the behavior altogether, the bolt, the small bolt that is sticked on the robot, is removed. So it means that at the end, the robot is Billy, no longer the bully. This is a good message for the bullier, because it means that he can change, he or she, sorry, yes, it's not just a male problem. So that bully can change, is a child like the other. He has just the reactions that can be changed. Oh, let's go.
Thank you, Elena. That was really interesting. We saw it played, and it was we showed it also in Rome, and we have others games that are in Italian, some others in English, and very soon will be uploaded on the Robotics vs. Bullying platform. So this is all the presentation we had today. So if you very beautiful and unknown guest here with the turn off camera, could you turn on and say your opinion and say anything that you can in my mind? Of course, that was a first presentation. it was in English. It was difficult to understand how the game proceeded and all the implications, psychological, sociological, and group implication. And you'll have time to read them, to apply them, and to ask to your national representative here. And we will send to you all the contact per country. So you can also refer to Iglica and to Mariam, to Elena and Cecilia and Pirvu, and in order to get more information, and or to me, of course, I will forward to them your question. So please turn on your camera if you're there enough. Okay, someone is listening. Oh, thank you, Vilnius. And also, I noticed there is Inga somewhere. Okay, Malgorzata. Anna, thank you. Now, so in this way, we can see you at least.
We all would prefer to have it in person. It would be very nice, and we would have played for all the afternoon with the robots and.
Hi, Marina.
If we were in person,
Marina Connell.
If we were in person, this training course would have lasted for a month.
Yes, but we will be in person. Fine. From Usha. We will be in person, of course, and you will have a lot of meetings as soon as they will open the cages, and a lot of meetings at national level. And also we will organize some training courses in some countries. And there will be one in Spain, there will be one in Lithuania, and we will try to gather some participants from neighbors countries in order to participate as soon as they will let us do it. Unfortunately, this wonderful project as born proved exactly when this COVID started and with its implications. So feel free to say anything you want. We have been happy to show you our research and what we've been preparing. This has taken a lot of time. Pirvo's game, Cecilia's game, and also these 3 possible games. So it's not easy to prepare a game for children. I mean, pedagogical correct game. We will be not focusing, as you notice, on STEM education, but it can be mixed. It can be, those games can be used to teach English. As you notice, the learning platform from Moscow with letters can be used to prepare like a word game in English language, very simple and so on. All the platform and the games can be used to a first approach to STEM education. There is direction, there is calculation, there's a lot of things that can be measured and so on. So it can also be part of the curricula in all our schools. Silence.
Hello, everybody. I'm interrupting again, but because I'm a sport teacher, it could be very nice if you involve some sport activities in the games also.
Well, sport is not the main topic concerning, but it can be, you can work it out and re-elaborate it. We will be very pleased to help you, support you, and to make it available for the others. We can collaborate. You can collaborate with your team and with us because we're not expert in sport. So, you know, the sport dynamics concerning bullying, which is a very good idea indeed. And thank you for the suggestion. And if you could define a situation, we can ask to our wonderful magic Harry Potter, Cecilia, to prepare some images concerning these situations. And it can be part of Billy the Bully as a situation in sport, and we can improve it. And I absolutely agree with you, because sport is one of the situations in which the bullyism is more evident, excluding and avoiding, and also arresting or being too much physical. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Thank you. That's something that came out. You see, you're already contributing. Any other?
Yeah, I'm a teacher, a music teacher, although now I'm a classroom teacher too. And this year I'm trying to connect the emotion with music. It's an idea that is not mine, is in the website too, but it's easy to connect with physical education with the corporal expression. I think is an idea, perhaps.
Yeah, it's a great idea. I'm a musician, me as well. And so I understand you very well about, you see, I got classical guitar here, another one there, fortepiano, violin, and everything. Yeah, so I like music very much, and I think emotion is very important. What is important is the emotions stand by themselves and not really our main focus in the project. But it can be, you can use the emotion map as working out the emotion the kids are living when they are failing or succeeding in playing something, or when they find difficulty and so on. You can really rearrange the game for your own purposes. When you have the platform, you can download it and it would be printed in A4, and then you can stick all the boxes together, and with the 20 euro robots, like the one that we've chosen because it's very cheap, very resistant, the battery lasts a lot of time, and then it's quite standard for us. And Clementone is one partner of this project. They supported us a lot indeed, and before this project, and you will see they will support us as well in this moment. But they couldn't do much because of pandemic, of course. So it can be a very, very good idea, because emotions in music are the challenge of the process, learning process of an instrument, and play at the same rhythm with all the others, and playing for the others to expose yourself and so on. This is a very beautiful idea. It could be a standby game. If you could work it out, something that would be great for us, defining the emotions and the situations. And we could really work it out for finding a place on our platform to be downloaded. And then you can use it to make kids aware how to solve the problems. It's very nice, because when I started to play the guitar, my friends mocked me because they said I was singing like a chicken. Yes, and they said I was playing, I don't tell you, it's a bad word indeed. And they were recording me behind my room, and having listening to all the classroom when I was arriving. Of course, I was stronger than them. I love so much music that I said, let them do it, it's okay. But try to imagine a person who is a little bit weaker, who needs the summer appreciation because he feels already excluded, or maybe, and this is they can stop his way to learn an instrument and to love the music. And I think music is part of everyone's lives. I think everyone should study an instrument. In my life, I'm voting for, because he builds up the personality. He makes the emotion more than rationality. He opens all the two parts of the brain, because when you're doing something, you have to also do something else and enhance the level of creativity and imagination. It's something. Thank you very much, because you found a person who loves music crazily. And I think it could be very nice, because there are situations concerning music that could prevent some attitudes, and I think it could be a very good idea. Thank you. You could develop something.
Stefano,
Nice.
can we highlight something for teachers to be easy for them? I saw that in all of practices that we present this evening, there are characteristics of the best practices. So the first one, I see that that there is a purpose. For the second one is problem solving and decision making, which is also very important. I see in Elena, on Elena practices that it could be developed by Bloom's taxonomy, let's say. So the first it's named, the second is to create some attitudes, and also after that how to make solve problem and to have your own decision and opinion. It's also resilience, to build the resilience. And when we put in a different content or different situation, it doesn't mean to be all of them to be close to emotions, as you say. They could be in every content and also in every school situation and also life situation. So I think it is really interesting to develop more ideas about this. But the most important thing of this evening was these 3 points of view for teachers. At first, we are free to develop our own content. For the second one, to take in our mind free steps of this good behavior, of this good pedagogy. This is important. This is important. It doesn't matter what kind of subject you have in mind. The purpose is to problem solving, good decision, change behavior, name it, informative lesson, based on every method you can use the robot. Thank you.
Thank you, Glika. I want to finish then with my plea. We need your help. The project was just a starting point. And
I'm here for everybody, so feel free to write me and also to write to the group. I will support everybody because I think we are here as a very good professional group and team. So yes, I'm in, let's say.
of course, you will have all the national representative and persons in charge with the project. And even if they're not partner of the project, they will be ready to support you in any case. But we need your help. I wanted to say, we need your help to evolve the project and to find new perspective that we didn't explore, starting from what we prepare. And we will ask you to pilot it, to try it, and with your tools, because if you don't have a Clementoni robot, you can also do it with dice. You can invent, you can take, you can, I don't know, anything can be invented like a robot. A robot can be like a mouse. But if you have, of course, Clementoni robot, it talks, it moves, it's a little bit more attractive. And then you can organize and see what comes out from them. And maybe say, okay, it's too light, it doesn't work, or it's working very well. All the commands will be integrated in the toolkit we're going to prepare, and collecting all your experiences and the schools and activities in the lifetime of this project. So if anyone wants to say anything from any country represented here? Mariam?
I found all the proposals, the 3 proposals, plus the end that Millie explained of your activities before this project, very interesting, and I think it's going to be a very good start for teachers.
Thank you. Great. Anyone else? Anyone from Turkey? Nassar? Ahmed? We have 2 friends from Turkey.
Hi, Stefano.
Hi, Fatih.
We in the Turkey, we are in the Ramadan mood. Ramadan.
I know. Sorry.
and we are fasting nowadays, so we must eat something.
Now it's time.
Yes. We can talk another time.
Okay, next time you can make your suggestion. If you have a proposal to you, if you want, I can open the Google group to make it that you can post anything. If it's not a nuisance for you, because maybe to receive a lot of emails from a lot of countries can be a little bit too much. But
may I say something? I don't know how to raise my hand here. We are
just to speak. You don't need to raise your hand.
Hello.
Welcome.
So, my name is Róžica, or Rose in English. I'm from Macedonia, and I want to share one video. One of the teachers has actually asked before, how can we include this thing into our PE classes? So I'm not a PE teacher, I'm an English language teacher, but I would like to share one video which I think would be helpful for these activities. Just
okay.
I give
you got the permission. You got the permission. We didn't expect it, but welcome. Do it. The floor is yours.
Okay. Just a second, so I can copy it, I guess. So I found this in YouTube, and
I'm sorry,
I think
can you stop, please? We cannot show anything coming from YouTube before permission. Well, they will block our video. Can you stop it, please? No, close it. And because YouTube has a special, and they will block the streaming, and they will block the uploading on the, I don't know what will happen, but I have thousands of discussions with YouTube every day for every video show. Could you close the presentation, please? Maybe send the link in the chat that everyone will look at it by themselves. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And because YouTube otherwise will block the streaming and everything for royalties, asking for money. And any video from YouTube cannot be replicated in YouTube and without the permission of the person who did it or uploaded. It's not our fault. Sorry, turn on your camera. Now you can see. If you want to explain it, what it is about, Rose.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I've just seen it, and it was a good idea for children to express themselves throughout sports, and they could use their mind into something else, like giving their full attention to the ball, like they're placing themselves in order to have the full impact, full concentration of the ball. So it was something like a good idea for the PE lessons.
Thank you very much. Even if this project is about robotics versus bullying, and it's a European project, and it's a little bit out of our track anyway.
Sorry that I
No, I appreciate it. It's send the link on the chat.
Okay.
And so everyone can have a look at it. You can copy in your browser and see.
Right, thank you.
Any other comment by anyone else that could be interesting? You had 3, 4, 5 or more presentations today of activities in the games. I think you have a lot of material. You will have a lot of material to analyze and maybe to decide to test, isn't it? No. Silence. Maciej, I know you like to play with robots.
Yes, and I'm really sorry it's too late to say. I'm really upset because of this pandemic situation, because I was expecting to do it face to face instead of sitting in front of computer and how to say, licking the lollipop by the window. So it's
awful, I know.
It's crazy, but I hope it will be finished soon. And in this fall, in this autumn, we will meet in Krakow to test it by ourselves physically.
But we will have the project meeting, training course, but we will organize other project training courses in almost all the project countries. Don't worry. I will meet personally with Elena and Cecilia, move and get involved. We are lucky to go to Portugal and to show the first draft. And it was very, the appreciation was wonderful. And Cecilia did the wonderful work. But now we have improved the game, of course, and you'll have the activities, and we will do our best to have you in presence, experimenting and trying. But I think at that time, you'll be more expert about the games than us, I'm pretty sure. Because the teacher's curiosity to improve the quality of education of the children is one of the good and attitude, the best attitude to keep in classroom. Am I right? Of course, Ilka. I know. No, none of you. I know. Was it too boring today? No. I want to thank everyone as they've been presenting. Our smiling Cecilia, as usual. And Pirvu, where is our Pirvulescu friend? Is gone.
No, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. I want to thank the support by Glika. She is really a pillar of any pedagogical project because with her experience, she really gave us a lot of very interesting hints. I want to thank Elena because she's a psychotherapist, and so she has a lot of competencies in psychological issues and development kids in children. And Marian Blanco, because she's also a pedagogist of special need pedagogy and working for the region Castilla y León, and Jose from Portugal and Make It Better organization. They are really supporting us all the time. And our friends from Ushak. Ushak is a wonderful little medium big town in Anatolia, west Anatolia, and the land of carpets, but also land of robotics. And we are collaborating a lot with them. So thank you very much for today. If you don't want to say anything, I have nothing to add. I will give you appointment to the next meeting, and you will receive email as usual with all the updates and when we will upload the material and when we will start the training courses and when we will start the piloting, and we will ask you how and what and your comments as well.
Thank you, Stefano. Thank you all.
Thank you, Pirvo.
Thank you, Pirvo. Thank you, Cecilia. Thank you, Stefano. And thank you all.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you much.
Good evening.
Bye, good evening.